Welcome back, America, to your Caribou Data Science channel. Today is Monday, is this Monday? Monday, October the 18th, 2021. And a big shout out to the 6 folks in the U.S. who watched this video yesterday. I appreciate every single one of those. But you know what would really be great? 6 likes to go with those 6 views today, okay? I'd really appreciate that. Of course, you know the rest of the deal. Subscribe to the channel, share the video, okay? Also, if you're interested in R for data, if you're interested in if you're interested in our program in data analytics, join me tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, on my Twitch channel. The link's in the description below. And we're doing a walkthrough, the R for Data Science book by Hadley Wickham, chapter by chapter, exercise by exercise. We just finished the intro here. I can tell you right now, Hadley doesn't like to waste a lot of time when it comes to program, to get people introduced to our programming. So the fun's going to start right with the second chapter, okay? How do you find this book online for free? Go to your favorite search engine, search R for data science, and scroll down here. It says Welcome R for data science, and there you are. Like I say, we start on. I'll mention one other thing. In the printed version of this book, uh, the introduction here isn't numbered. In the printed version, this is chapter 1, okay? But the online version is chapter 2, okay? Okay, America, let's get started here. Anyway, if you're interested in our program in data analytics, join me tonight, 8 p.m., for the second session of as you walk through, as a complete walkthrough of R for Data Science by Hadley Wickham. Again, you find the book free online. Also, if you want to keep up to date on what's going on with Dave's Data Analytics channel, subscribe to click on the Twitter link and follow me on Twitter. Okay. Anyway, let's see what we got here now. Okay, so what you can see, one of the things that's curious about Ohio, U.S., and how we count COVID-19 data is heart disease, diseases like heart disease and cancer. Heart disease and cancer uh, are counted 1 year at a time. So every year on January 1st, heart disease and cancer deaths are set to 0. But yet, for some reason, COVID-19 is counted from the very first case and the very first death. So we need to keep that in mind. Whenever someone starts quoting cases, be very careful. Because this number here doesn't tell you what's going on this month, this year. Okay. And what really matters is the most recent 12 months, maybe even the most recent 6 months. Okay. That's the numbers that really matter. Okay. So how many we had since January 2020 really isn't that important anymore. Okay. Because it doesn't reflect the number of people cases today. Okay. But nonetheless, since January 2020, we've had, say, 45 million cases. Since the very end of February 2020, we've had 724,000 cases. Okay, I need to work on my ability to block out noise around me and it's not paying attention. Okay, and focus solely on you, the viewers here. Okay. So anyway, if we take sort of projections, we say we're currently averaging 70,872 cases per day. That works out to 25.8 cases over the next 12 months. Okay, so you can see here, currently U.S. is averaging 1,213 deaths per day. And yet the UN wants us to, although not by name, the UN wants countries like America, who have 70,000 cases per day, 1,200 deaths per day. They want us to take some of our vaccine out of the hands of American citizens and give it to other countries. Sorry, that is absolutely ridiculous. When we get our numbers down, our cases down to the thousands and our deaths down to the hundreds, then maybe we can start sharing our vaccine. But at this point, this is ridiculous. Okay, because that works out to 442,000 COVID-19 deaths at the current pace over the next 365 days. Now here's the current numbers: long declining pattern down to July. Then in July, we saw an increase here, followed by a decline. Okay. So what does this mean? Well, some people are saying this is a Delta variant. Do we know that for a fact? How many people were tested for the Delta variant? Okay. But interesting, as fast as it went up, it started to decline again. So who knows? Maybe these variants become less and less potent and have shorter and shorter lifetimes. Who knows? But then again, this could simply, the question still remains, this doesn't have to be Delta variant. Okay, you can see here the question still remains, how many of these people are vaccinated? And we take a look at deaths, a long declining pattern in deaths. Well, this is a minor note for the numbers here. Uh, we know that because of the fact that the state of Ohio undercounted deaths by close to 4,000 in the fourth quarter of 2020, that we know that the U.S. national deaths are undercounted by a minimum of 4,000 for the fourth quarter of 2020. And we know that because of the state of Ohio adding these missing numbers deaths onto the first quarter of 2020, we know that the U.S. deaths for the first quarter of 2021 are overcounted by 4,000. Just something to think about. Okay, makes you wonder: can we really trust the numbers? Well, I think the further we step back from the numbers, we can still look and say, you know what, yeah, I think we can still say that the trend here is still correct. Okay, it may be steeper or it may be shallower, but the general downward trend in July is reliable. Okay, but then we saw an increase in deaths beginning in July. Now we should remember that the U.S. isn't the only country to see this type of increase in July. So does that mean the Delta virus attacked all these countries in July at the same within days of each other? Hmm. Anyway, so the question is, how many people who died here were vaccinated? Now, these numbers actually go someplace else. These actually go at the top. But so these are total cases for 2021. We passed 2020. That's very true. But the question is, how many of these people were vaccinated? And we already saw a distribution. We saw the distribution where a long declining pattern down to July, then an increase. Okay. We saw the same thing with deaths, a declining pattern down to July, then an increase. Okay. Now, what's interesting to me is we compare 20 to 2021, they're like a mirror image of each other. How can a virus go up in the fall and decline in the spring? I don't understand that. Same thing with deaths, okay? So let's look at quarters. Well, the third quarter of 2021 was the third highest quarter so far for cases. And unfortunately, we can say the same thing for deaths. The third quarter of 2021 deaths was the third most deaths for a quarter so far. Now, the question is this here. We've already looked at this, so I think we'll skip those for today because we already looked at the numbers close enough. And again, you see the declining pattern in July. Then you saw this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 week increase, 2 months increase in cases. Then was immediately topped out and began to decline again. Okay? What about deaths? You can see the long decline pattern in deaths and the increase beginning in July. Monthly cases, well, you can see that August, September were not good months. They were like the fifth and sixth most cases for the 2 months. Good news is there was a certain chance that October's cases are going to be below these two numbers here. Unfortunately, it's going to be above these three numbers right here. Okay. focus. I need to develop the ability to block out all surrounding distractions. Okay? It makes no difference what Dan Bongino is saying at this point. Again, so the good news is the deaths will be lower than uh, September's deaths. Okay? Plus, we had a slow declining pattern here. Okay? Maybe we'll get back down there this month. Okay? Over the next month or two before the end of the year. Okay. Let's come down here. This is to me this plot's kind of like, that's interesting, but is it really important or useful? Not necessarily. The question is, for every 100,000 people in the U.S., how many people currently have COVID-19? Well, let's just round it up to say 25. Let's be generous and let's say 25 deaths, 25 cases per 100,000 people. What about here's the best part? What about the number of COVID-19 deaths per 100,000 people? Well, you know what? That's below one half. Let's just round this up to say for every 100,000 people in the U.S., one half of one person is dying from COVID-19. Okay, America, that does conclude your report for today. Hey, don't forget, if you're interested in R for Data Science, R for our data analytics, join me this evening, 8 p.m. on Twitch. The links in below. We're doing a chapter by chapter, exercise by exercise walkthrough of the R for Data Science book by Hadley Wickham. Again, go to your favorite search engine and search for R for Data Science book. See what it is? R for Data Science. And here it is. And you'll be right. And again, where we're at, we just finished this introduction here. I can tell you again, Hadley doesn't waste a lot of time in getting you up and running with code. Okay, because he starts with code. Okay, he starts with building data sets, and he uses things like ggplot2 to begin to teach us how to create data science reports and do data analysis using R programming language. Okay, so again, thanks so much, America, for your time. Also, if you want to keep up to date on the latest things that's going on for Dave's Data Analytics channel and Caribou Data Science channel, click on that second link for Twitter. Follow me on Twitter today. Okay, thank you so much, America. We'll see you tomorrow with an updated report.